Simon, you need to unmute yourself.
All right. We good?
Tommy, can.
All right. Good afternoon, Texas. Really?
Time moves on.
Time flies when you're having. That's right. Already February. And guess what this month is?
February.
Yeah, I know it's February. It's a month. We only got 28 days to the month of February. So thank you, appreciate you all. I love all these amazing agents in here. Look at the beautiful smiles. You guys are awesome. So thank you. All right, let's go ahead and get started with our team meeting. So let's go with our mission, our belief, and our vision. Our mission is to provide agents with a place where they will be empowered, trained, motivated to experience growth, wealth, and a legacy that allows them to live their best possible life. Our belief, when the values of your company align with your own beliefs, you know you found your professional home. And our vision, to achieve amazing, amazing, amazing professionals and personal development so that KW South Bay becomes the real estate office of Troy. Yes. Give yourself a round of applause. All right, Dad, next slide, please.
Somebody translating it to another language back there or something?
Probably.
I hear that going on back there.
Awesome round of applause. Thank you very much, and also for providing us with amazing lunch.
Yeah, man.
So, yeah. Healthy stuff.
Anytime.
Something nice, something healthy, something sweet, you know.
Yeah.
So Christy B, over Public Home Protection. First, I want to start by saying thank you. Don't go spreading the word or anything, but you guys are not only my favorite, but in my top 3. So I just really want to come from a place of gratitude. I seriously feel so glad to be part of this family. I do want to talk a little bit about roof coverage today, because when it rains, and we've been having a lot of rain, I get at least 5 to 10 calls a day, and they sound a little like this. My agent told me to call you that I have roof coverage. I just closed on my property, and the roof was at the end of his lifetime, but you know, it was perfect. And you know, my client had to go and replace their roof. So where do we submit the invoice to be reimbursed? And while I love making you guys look good, and my most favorite thing is to turn a frown upside down, that's a really hard one, right? If no matter who you're doing business with, which home warranty company, our limit is the highest, but it is also so limited. If you're telling your clients, don't worry about the roof, I know the inspector said it's at the end of the lifetime, but I got you home warranty coverage. That's really setting false expectations for your homeowners. And they're going to be really upset when they find out that no home warranty company, industry-wide, across the board, we don't cover anything around a pipe, vent, or flashing. Pretty much all the metal pieces on the roof, skylights, windows, doors. If there's water intrusion, typically it's because the pipes, vents, and seal, the pipes, vents, and seals have not been properly sealed. And so the water slowly creeps into the skin of the roof. And then you see a little water spot and you're like, oh shoot, what happened? And then by then the whole skin is gone, because we don't get a lot of rain. So people think, oh, well, the roof isn't that important. Although the roof is the most expensive to repair on the home or to replace, especially now with the increase of pricing of materials, but it's also the least maintained item in the home. Have any of you guys been on your roof in the last 3 to 5 years?
No.
Those pipe vents and flashing, I love it.
I used to do home inspection.
Oh, perfect. So have you been on your roof?
Yeah.
Oh, good. So, you know, those flashing, They need to properly be sealed every 3 to 5 years, and when you don't, I got to in a minute. And when you don't, they crack, and that's how the water gets in, right? So no home warranty company covers that. And like 75% of all the roof leaks in California are due to those high expensive flashings not being properly sealed. So as your friend and not as your rep, if you have a roof leak and you paid the $100 to add the roof coverage, my suggestion would be to hand the roofer the brochure, show him the roofing portion. Have him include all of the coverable items from only the covered portion of the paragraph, and then submit it, because roof is the only trade that we allow you to go ahead, get your own technician, submit us an estimate, and then we reimburse off of a paid invoice. And the limit's only up to $1,500 if you have the 13-month plan. So just keep in mind that everything and all are big words. I know that we've had some roof situations in the past. Most of them are red hot because we gave improper expectations. If you need somebody to explain to your buyer or your seller why the home warranty is important and why they need an elevated plan, even though there's no washer, dryer, or refrigerator, it's because we spend more money on plumbing, heating, and electric than any other trade. We spend the least amount of money on roof, actually. So fun tip for the day. If you need anything at all, I'm here. Call me, text me, email me, available on social media. I live down the street. If you need to pick something up, you know, I've been known to have people over, and there's wine and food at my house all the time. And also I brought you guys door hangers. So now that the sun's back out, you guys are door knocking. These are plentiful. If I don't have enough or they end up all going today, again, I live down the street. Call me, pick them up, I'll drop them up, whatever you're comfortable with. Whatever it is you need, let me know. I want to make sure I'm coming up with a place of contribution. And I don't know what's in front of me unless you give it to me. So thank you.
You did mention earlier, we were one of the 3 best offices, right? So we gotta ask her, which is your number 1?
Really? I feel like I'm being put on the spot. Am I supposed to answer?
Yeah.
It's specific thing, color lighting. All 3 are color lighting, by the way. All 3. You and color lighting Santa Monica, but your numbers are off by like not a lot. You might keep it, but nonetheless, I love you. And only get food like that. So just know, love you guys and I appreciate you. Thank you.
Or at least we're on the list, right? That was what matters.
All the way through to Santa Monica and inner LA. I love that. I mean,
At least she's being honest and,
Yeah.
you know, it's all about transparency. Yeah, awesome. Well, thank you again, Christy with Old Republic Home Warranty. All right, so next is our beloved Maria with Escrow South Bay. You're on the hot spot. Just kidding, just kidding.
Well, I bought a condo myself in October of last. Another property just to make the time for several reasons. And one of the things I wanted to talk about, and I hope everybody's familiar with supplemental taxes. We all know what supplemental taxes are. Okay, so, you know, we always thought, okay, 6 months, the county's so slow. Well, guess what? The county's getting faster because I got my supplemental tax bill this month, 2 weeks ago.
Really?
Supposed to be the end of October. That's like 3 months. I'm like, whoa, I thought I was gonna have a little time to, you know, get acclimated, making the payment and everything. So if you're representing a buyer, because a lot of buyers don't have a concept, obviously, of what a supplemental tax bill is, why they're getting it. They're confused because they think it's part of the regular property tax bill. They get impounds, they want to know why isn't it included in my impounds? So if you are having a problem articulating that to your client, give me a call and I'd be happy to go over it with them because it's very confusing and I have to explain it a lot, especially when I sign loan documents. So use me as your tool. I will talk to them, explain it to them so that they understand, because it is an overwhelming thing, especially when it's 1.25% of the sales price, depending on what the sales price is. They put in all that money, to down payment, closing costs and all of that. Now you're getting another bill. So, and it's coming quicker now. It's in half the time it used to be. So that's one thing. The other thing is I wanted to remind you, if you're representing a seller who is a successor trustee of a trust, they have to open a bank account in the name of the trust. The title company is requiring that we confirm that the proceeds, net proceeds are being wired or sent to a bank account in the name of the trust. Because they don't want to be liable, because if there are beneficiaries that are due money from this, trust, they want to make sure that it's not going to the successor trustee's individual name where they have total control over that and it's outside of the trust. So then there can be liability for escrow, liability for title. So we want to make sure that they open that bank account in the name of the trust, because a lot of times they don't even know that they have to do that. And again, if you need me to explain why to them, or they don't, understand it, I would be happy to explain it to them, because again, that's another overwhelming thing. We just had a closing with a seller that is a successor trustee, and she's like, I had to Google everything. I didn't know what to do. She said, I have no direction. It's very frustrating for her. So I don't think there's a lot of resources out there that kind of give you the do this, then do this, then do this. It's very difficult for them and they get frustrated. And by the time they get to me, we're super frustrated. So I have to try to calm them down and kind of explain the situation and how to handle it. But it's something to do to let them know up front and everything else so they can take care of it at a time. So it's not something that they're trying to do when we're trying to process the closing of the escrow. And I see a lot of new faces. I am upstairs on the second floor, suite 201. If you're new, please come in and say hello, introduce yourself to me. I can share with you what benefits it is to use in-house escrow here.
So when you have somebody that is gonna be selling a property that is on a trust,
Yes,
that's when you open an account for that trust to have the money there.
when the person passes away, trustees, and then the successor trustee takes the position of successor trustee, that's when they open
Okay,
the
yes, I already
So
said.
they take a copy of the trust and the death certificate to the bank, and then they open the bank account.
Okay.
Okay.
I was very-
Yeah.
Thank you.
So I look forward to meeting you, because I know I haven't met some of you.
Joe has a question.
Oh, Joe, sorry.
Would it be exclusive to the transfer sale? Or would it be something that would be used as part of the?
They can use it for whatever, to distribute to the beneficiaries, pay bills, whatever. We don't question it in that regard. We're just sending the net proceeds from the sale to that trust account in the name of the trust.
Okay.
So they can use it for whatever other reasons they need to use it for, to distribute trust assets. Mhm. Any other questions for me? All righty, thank you.
Wait.
Yes.
That's not what I was gonna say. Okay, all right.
My favorite office I ever worked at.
I wanted to role play with you,
Okay.
if it's okay with you, okay? I'm a buyer, buying a property, you're my escrow officer, I'm calling you, right? So ring.
Hello.
Hi, is this Maria?
Yes, this is Maria.
Hey Maria, this is Simon. I just bought property over on 123 ABC in the city of Redondo. I keep hearing about this supplement tax. What is that? Can you elaborate a little bit? Because everyone is talking about it, but I don't know. Is that going to be included in my mortgage? Can you explain?
I used a Caldwell agent and they didn't explain it to me.
I use, ABC Realty.
This is how I explain this. When you purchase the property at the seller's tax basis.
Okay.
So right now, you're paying the property taxes in the amount that the seller is paying at this current time, because it's based on when they purchased the property.
Got it.
So now, when the grant gets recorded from the seller's name into your name,
that is triggering a reassessment with the tax assessor. So now the tax assessor is going to reassess the property at your new tax basis based on the sales price that you purchased it at. So because you're paying at the seller's tax basis now,
Okay,
they have to catch you up to the current tax basis. So in order to accomplish that, they have to issue, once they've reassessed, a catch-up bill, which they call a supplemental tax bill.
okay,
It is a one-time tax and is split into two payments. And it usually comes 3 months after close of escrow. And it's the catch-up bill to just bring you to the current tax basis that you should be paying at.
okay,
And it is not included in the impound because the impound account is only for regular property taxes. And this is only a one-time tax that you'll pay, and you won't have to pay it again unless you do a title transfer in the future.
got it.
But other than that, that is why you're paying it, and it has to be paid based on 1.25%
Got
of
it.
the sales price.
Okay, is that something that I will be paying when I decide to sell my home in the future?
No, you would not be paying that. The buyer will pay that,
Got it.
just like you as the buyer are paying. So the buyer will be paying it at that future date when they
Beautiful.
get reassessed.
Okay,
One more
awesome. Well, thank
question.
you.
Maria, would there be a time when the seller, say, for example, the seller sold the home in August? So everything's closed, everything's finalized. Would that seller get a supplemental on that property by November when the tax come out? Or is that a mistake? Did that ever happen?
Okay, so you're saying if this property was sold in August
Uh-huh,
and the new tax bill comes out in October 1st,
yeah,
you're asking me if the supplemental bill will catch up to that October bill?
or go to the seller that has already sold the home. Should that be?
Well, what'll happen is like, you're saying that they bought it in August?
Mhm.
Okay,
The seller closed it
So-
off.
Seller's closed. Should the seller get a tax bill for that property?
It's prorated, so depending on when you close, so let's say that the deal closes on the 15th. The seller will be responsible from the 1st to the 15th, and then the
July
buyer would be responsible from the 16th to the 30th, or
Gotcha.
31st, whatever.
of December. Yeah, so that's.
You would get a reimbursement.
Well, yes, it'll be a credit through escrow for the time that the
Right.
seller doesn't own the property. But we're talking
Well,
about,
it depends if you have an impound account and you have more in that impound, then yeah, you'll end up receiving a refund from
Okay,
the,
good.
from the mortgage
on,
company.
yeah, on the
or
payout.
servicer.
A
Yeah.
refund, not a bill. Not a bill.
No.
Okay,
No.
never, okay.
But sometimes, because again, it takes like 3 months for reassessment, so you're talking about in August, September, October, November. So they could get, they could see it come to their address. It may be in their name or not, we don't know, because it just depends on how quickly the assessor is working at that time.
Yeah.
Because of the fact that October, the bills come out in, for November 1st payment, and it's right in that time frame.
There.
So they could accidentally get it in the mail, but that doesn't mean it's their responsibility.
There you
So
go.
if you're in escrow, then we have to address it then with title and see what, how they report it out on the title report.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Beautiful.
Right.
Awesome. Well, thank you for being my role play partner.
No.
Appreciate you. And by the way, Maria also has an assistant. Her name is Veronica. Veronica Way, please. So we're here to help, anything when it comes to net sheets. If you need a net sheet, right, seller's, proceeds. She can create a net sheet for you as well. She's very versed. I believe she has 30+ years in the industry, so she knows the ins and outs of the escrow. So if you have any questions for Maria, please. Yes, she's upstairs. Sometimes I forget that she's upstairs, but she's upstairs. So I have to remind myself, I got to make frequent check-in with my escrow officer. So awesomeness. All right. Now we have our phenomenal Chris. Oh. What's up, Chris? Does everyone know what Chris does? Yeah.
And what?
She's everything.
Hi, everyone. I'd like to formally introduce myself to those I haven't met. My name is Chris, so I am the in-house transaction coordinator. I just wanted to talk a little bit about leases. Raise your hand if you are doing some leases with the office. Just a few paperwork that that's changed, I noticed, that there is a new form called the RPOD. It's the real property owner disclosure. So when you pull up, if you're representing the landlord and you pull up the lease listing agreement, there is an internal form there called an RPOD. It's like a seller property questionnaire, but it's for the landlords to fill out. I guess this is now a requirement for car forms.
By the way, Chris, we're updating our checklist too with all the revisions that were done in December of 2022. We are now implementing the new updates, so be on the lookout for the checklist with all these new form revisions and all that fun stuff. More documents to upload. We have to be in compliance with the Department of Real Estate, because at any given time, the DRE can come and say, they don't even have to knock, they just walk in here, it's got to speak with the broker. Hey, I want to see December of 2021 files on the 15th. You know, so we have to provide all that. No, I don't know. But do they have handcuffs? I don't think so. They're not police officers. Yeah, they're not police officers, but they can definitely go after our real estate license. So again, you know, yes, it's more tedious, more paperwork, I understand. But it's better to be protected, overprotected, making sure that, you know, we are in compliance with the department.
So a little bit about the form, it talks about lead-based paint, water conservation, water heater, pest control, pool, spa, even HOA. So it's a very informative information for the tenant when you have the landlord. And then also, I noticed if you are representing the tenant and you pull the lease agreement, so you're putting in your offer, how much it is and all that good stuff, and then the disclosures come along on the bottom, right? I noticed for some reason that there is a mold booklet, but not the actual mold report, receipt. So that's something you need to add in when you're doing the forms, because it is the requirement, it is on the checklist. But every time I get these paperwork, it seems like that mold form is not existent. Only the booklet is inside the car forms, but not the actual LRM. It's something that you need to add when you're doing the offer for the tenant. So it's something I just noticed, like, I don't know why they would put the booklet, but not the receipt. So something to notice. And then here's, it's very short. The leases doesn't have a lot of forms, but it is also tedious, not as tedious as the residential or the commercial, but they are very tedious forms that we need. It's a small little list, and if you need a copy, you can send me an email. It's Crisso, so CRISSO @kw.com. Very short, and I can send you all these so that you have it in your file. Because there are some non-car forms, like a booklet receipt, it's not going to be in car, but I have them. So if you have any questions, send me an email, and my office is behind Natalie's. So the little alley, white alley in the back, that's where I am.
You know where all the bookshelf is at?
Yes, that's where the shredder, where the shredder is.
Oh,
That's where I am. So I can do-
Dark hole in the wall.
which I like very much.
No window, no love.
I am the only person that does not want to have a window. So that's where I am if you need me, and I'm here usually Monday to Fridays. And we also do a lot of residential, commercial, not just leases. So if you need help with the TC department, I do have a virtual assistant that helps me. It's not just me, but the point of contact is me. So that if you need anything, I'm available for you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Just kind of give you a little feedback. Chris is helping me with a transaction in the city of Redondo. He is amazing, very efficient, very proactive, engaged with the opposing TC, the agents, brings me up to speed, is constant in communications with me. You know, I'm running 100 miles doing other stuff. I don't need to worry about the little things. I'm grateful that I have a transaction coordinator who's knowledgeable, experienced, and is here to help all of us. Okay, so I just wanted to throw that.
Yes, I try to respond for him because I know he's holding in meetings and all the good stuff, and the same with the agents that are in inspections and all that. So I am in front of the computer most of the time, so the replies will be for me. If I can help, I would speed up things by being your email person. All right, thank you so much.
Thank you, Chris. Yeah, Chris is awesome, and she's been with us for a very long time. All right, happy birthday to all the February agents. Is anyone on this list here?
Hi, man. Patricia.
Wait,
Her birthday's in August.
wait, my birthday's not in February. I'm a June baby. Is there another Simon Casares? Hey, it must be those text messages. Wait a minute.
Yeah, it's that Simon.
Yeah, that's the other one that's hacking into our.
Yeah.
Yeah, to the birthdays. No, my birthday is not February. Please don't wish me a happy birthday. I am actually June 21st, so I'm a June baby. So yeah.
Natalie was last.
So Natalie is also, so we need to revise this. So we're gonna clean it up. We're gonna clean it up. Okay.
All right.
It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. Every day should be our birthday. So happy birthday to all of the February on the list, okay? I see Tyler. Where's Tyler? Thought I saw Tyler here. That's March. Your birthday's on March, okay. So someone is messing with us, but Matthew, where's Matthew? Where is Matthew? I just Matthew. That's wrong. Holy. Maybe it's the anniversary, so I'm not sure. All right, but if it is your birthday in February. Please
I just switched it. Sorry, you guys.
Oh, there we go. So thank you. So there's a switch.
Ah.
All right, so this is the true February agents.
Here we go.
Do you see anyone? Oh, I see Sandra on there too. Happy birthday to Sandra. So again, congratulations to every February agent that is their birthday this month. So awesome. Next slide. And like we got Snoop Dogg doing his thing. So here we are. All right, so the working anniversaries, that makes sense.
All right.
Now that makes sense. Yeah, I had a feeling that was the case. So yes, back in February 14th, I think, February 14th. What day is that? Yeah, 2014 is when I joined KW. February 14 of 2014 is when I joined KW South Bay. So yeah, that puts me at what, 7, 8 years? 2014.
Yeah, went away for a while.
Yeah.
And then came back.
Okay, yeah. So awesome. So congratulations to all the February anniversaries. I see Stephen Ryan, Natalie, Gary, Bryce, Joanne, many's on here.
Wow.
Simon, Tammy, Christina, Hiroshi, Joanne, Jackie, Marcel, Patricia. So the list goes on and on and on. So please, congratulations to all of the working anniversary. Good job. Thank you for being with us. All right, next slide, please. All right, just a quick reminder, family reunion is around the corner in Anaheim, February 18th through the 14th. We got an awesome lineup of guest keynote speakers. Ed, best-selling author, entrepreneur, media host. Ed is a performance expert and one of the world's top motivational speakers. So he's going to be part of our family reunion. And then Molly is one of the country's first female sports agent. Molly is a front row seat to peak performance and the mindset of the world's best athletes and coaches. So that's the lineup of the guest speakers for family reunion. And guess what? I am so honored and excited at the same time that 3 of our South Bay agents are going to be speaking at family reunion. Nina Alexander, and then we have Mason and Ryan, part of the commercial team as well. Isn't that awesome that they're going to be able to speak at family reunion? Okay, and this is among 15,000 agents that are going to be part of this event. Yeah, and we have 3 agents that are going to be, speaking. So that is so awesome, so cool. Nina is going to be talking about up your game, get connected with sports and entertainment, and then launch your commercial real estate career and shift with Ryan. And it's our 40th anniversary of Keller Williams as well. Yeah, that's pretty amazing too as well. And we're happy here. Yes, honey.
You have, first of all, this is a big honor to be on a panel.
Yeah.
It's being broadcast to, online as well. And how many KW agents in the world overall, anybody knows? 180, close. So 180,000 people, and you've been chosen to speak in a panel in front of the world, right? So it means something. So this is big. We have the commercial guys and Nina. You can only be there if you're part of the convention. So you have to get access to the convention to sit in like in the actual session. I don't know if you probably don't have that, but we're gonna give you guys more information. We do have an open regional award ceremony. Some of our agents are also getting awards in regional level, production, etc. So you might have access to that. We're gonna let you guys know if you wanna grab them to Anaheim. I think it's gonna be on a Monday evening.
Is it
Yeah,
Monday?
it's Monday evening, and at least, be there. They should kind of hang out with us and all those guys. Which that's why.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mandy. Yeah. Pretty awesome. It's an honor to see these phenomenal agents. And, Nina constantly jumps on our producer's mindset in the morning, and she always has a lot of nuggets to provide to the group. So again, Mason, he's here. I think they went out to lunch, but if you see Mason in the office, tell him, hey, congratulations. I just heard that you're going to be part of family reunion. So awesome. All right, next slide, please. All right, hotel census.
After 2 words. That's 2 words, that's it. 2 words. That's it, right, Simon? Whose house is this? Thank you, thank you. Listen, I don't know, but the atmosphere in here is so hot. Let me tell you something. My parents, long time ago, said, I wish I invested in the IBM because at that time, it was only $5 for stock. Somebody says, I wish I was there when Apple started because the stock was great. You understand? Because if you did, you would have been rich right now, right? Well, I'm going to share something with you that every single one of us in here need to do today. Did you hear me?
Yeah.
Now, you're a professor, right? You're a professor, right? So she deals with students. Students are using this every single day right now because it just came out in November, and it's called ChatGPT. If you're not, how many are scared of blogs because you don't know what blog to put on your website? How many are scared to, when you get a listing, it's kind of like hard to put the words together to make it so, What if you were able to put something in chat, say a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home with a pool, and let something else write it for you?
Amen.
And guess what? Here's the best thing about it. It's absolutely free. So if you go to now there's 2 things that you can do. This plus another app called Captions. Okay. So if you have trouble knowing what to say on video, you can use Captions and it'll actually put the writing there on you. I'm giving you some productivity class stuff. Okay. But if you type in chat.openai.com, it's not an app, you type it in your computer. If you type chat.openai.com, you can ask it whatever question you want to. Then when you ask it the question, you can say, can you put this in bullet points and put it on a chart? It will actually do it for you. You guys are supposed to say, These things are actually writing papers for kids in school right now. I'm telling you, yes.
If anybody wants to do a video, it can actually write your script.
It can write your script. And guess what? Not only will it write your script, but it'll tell you what pictures to put in while you're doing your YouTube. If you want to do a YouTube thing, it'll say host, and then it'll tell you what the topic is. Then it'll say this, and then it'll say, add a picture of this person, this right here. And then it'll go on, and it works. Trust me, it is free. Play with it.
It's called chat.
Chat.openai.com. I had an unfortunate thing, Simon, last month. I had to write a little email to somebody, you know, because something happened. So I went in and I typed in and I said, I want to write an email that's very informative to let somebody know that we still care. And guess what? It wrote the text for me and I just sent the text out and it was like, wonderful. It's like, wonderful. Come on, you get it. It's like, wonderful. You guys, let me tell you something.
Is it writing your sermons?
No. Not yet. Let me tell you, can I be truthfully transparent?
Yes, that's it.
I write my sermon and then I put my sermon in chat GPT and I say, can you give me some bullet points? And guess what?
It can.
It can.
Hallelujah, brother.
So let me tell you something. If you needed to write a blog for you, it can write a blog for you. If you needed to write an email for you, it can write an email. If you needed to write a text for you, it can write a text for you. If you needed to write a workflow for you, it can write a workflow for you. Meaning if you want to say, I want to reach out to okay, can I finish this?
If you can.
You can, guess what? I'm gonna sit down when I say this. You guys like Instagram, right?
Yeah.
No.
You guys like social media, you don't know what to post, right?
Yes.
You know, you can tell it, write a 365-day plan for social media and put it in chart form. And it will write 365 days of content. It'll put it in a form where you can put it in Excel, and then you can copy that, go over to Canva. Canva has a thing where you can click on where you can import your CSV and you have 365 days of content, period. I'm done.
Wow.
Let me walk like this.
Keep it, brother. Red Howard, wow, awesome.
Wow.
Hey, just a quick thing, I wanted to show you some photos from yesterday's evening event, spearheaded by Chris Rivera. I was surprised, because I got there a little late. And I walked in thinking, gosh, there might be about 10, 12 people in the event. And to my surprise, we had a whole section,
Yes.
a whole section to ourselves. So just wanted to show you some of the photos. Compliments of Chris L. as a partner. Awesome. This is a cell phone, by the way. How amazing these photos.
Wow.
So take it away, Natalie. Let's play that slide. So tacos and margaritas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at that. Everyone enjoying the tacos and the margarita. Look at that. Again, you know, this is what makes South Bay one of the best places in my opinion. Collaborations, the family, the heartbeat of KW. Hey, there's Carlos.
Drinking margaritas and eating tacos. Selling out.
He's a celebrity, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Awesome. And again, this was compliments of Chris Rivera. I was the manager there, you know, the whole entire staff was amazing. Constantly there, just making sure that you got your second margarita, third margarita. Awesomeness, and we're planning to do this on a quarterly basis, right? So. All right, now we have our tech minute with Mr. Carlos.
Aye.
And come on, we have a video.
Natalie, go ahead and play the video.
I'm trying to.
Ooh, forgot someone's birthday? That's never fun. Let's walk through a post-closing follow-up system that helped one of our agents land 3 listings within 60 days of closing, all from past customers. So here we are in Command, in our contacts database, on the contact record that we represented in a buyer closing yesterday. Yes, another closing. Don't they say coffee's for closers? First things first, I'm gonna go ahead and log that as a meeting right here on the timeline. Post dating it to April 26th, our closing date, and then adding the activity. Next, I'm gonna use the edit pencil icon right here to add in some missing information. First, I'm gonna remove active, and we're going to mark using the tag closed buyer, forever customer. I'm also going to add the year closed buyer 2022. Next, we're gonna add in some additional information that we learned post-closing, add in the new address. We'll mark it as the mailing address. I'm also going to add in the customer's birthday, which I learned at closing, and we're gonna add the home anniversary date. Then we're gonna press save at the bottom of the screen. A couple of things have happened automatically in the background. Right now, you'll see first in the top left-hand corner, the health score for this contact record has increased to 96%. The health score represents how much of the key information do you have collected from that individual contact record, helping you to maintain a healthy relationship. You also see the new tags that we have here, and over on the right-hand side, on our Smart Plans tab, we see that we have a Smart Plan that's been added. Right here, the Quarterly Call Plan. The Quarterly Call Plan is a follow-up system helping to remind me to call this contact record every 90 days. The Closed Buyer 2022 tag is set up to automatically trigger that Smart Plan in the background. I want to add a few other follow-up plans using this Add to Smart Plan option. We're going to add in the home anniversary, confirming to start it now. I'm going to add in a birthday Smart Plan, and then last but certainly not least, we're going to add them to the monthly Neighborhood Nurture Smart Plan. Now we have this contact on 4 individual Smart Plans. The monthly Neighborhood Nurture one is really unique. On the left-hand side of the screen, you see where it says Laureate Park right here in our primary neighborhood. That actually was populated from adding in the contact's primary mailing address. The monthly Neighborhood Nurture is going to send a monthly sales update using the most recent statistics of homes for sale, active and average days on market. I can use right here this Add Neighborhood button so we can help Henry stay in tune with not only the neighborhood he lives in, but maybe some surrounding areas. We'll use the Find on Map option and zoom in a little bit closer where we can see all of the available neighborhood boundaries. This pin represents the home right here inside of Laureate Park, and we're gonna add some of the neighborhoods surrounding Laureate. Every single month when that monthly Neighborhood Nurture goes out, Henry is going to be updated on the sales data in the neighborhood not only that he lives in, but some of the surrounding neighborhoods as well. In addition to that, I'll be reminded every year to celebrate his birthday with a card reminder 5 days before, a phone call the day before, and some great messages that are gonna be sent out on his actual birthday. Same thing for the home anniversary, along with a quarterly call, 1 call every 90 days that I can be reminded to complete. Using a follow-up system helps to make sure that we don't miss any of those important dates and keeps us top of mind with all of our past customers. Hey, we're just getting started. Why don't you check out one of these videos right over here?
Awesome.
Awesome. If you want to learn how to do that and more, come to Tech Thursday tomorrow.
Right. All right, thank you.
Every Thursday from 2 to 3 o'clock, come in, learn, bring your laptop.
Yes, bring your laptop. Just really quick, show of hands, who's been to Tech Thursday? Has it been helpful for you? You can learn more? Awesome. That's a testament. Come to Tech Thursday, you learn tons about Command, so I look forward to seeing you all there.
Awesome.
Thank you. Raise your hand again, if you've been to the, yeah, so you guys are the smart investors in the room. Because all of you paying, for the tech. And some of you are utilizing it.
Yeah.
So thanks for showing up.
Yeah. Thank you.
Carlos, question for you. Are you able to show agents how to put everyone in their database onto a drip or smart plan or campaign.
100%. We actually did it last week when we did the 201 Plus Club as well as in Tech Thursday. So yes, we can take all the contacts in your phone. We have an app that you can download. It will export your contacts. You can upload them right into Command.
Excellent. Thank you.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, Carlos. All right.
201 plus club, is that a different time or is it different level?
So the 201 Plus Club, so Keller Williams did a study. And they found that agents that have at least 201 contacts in their database or more are on average making $120,000 more than agents that don't have that many contacts in their database. Keep in mind, our price point in this area is gonna be a lot higher, so the gap is gonna be a lot bigger. So the 201 Plus Club is agents that have at least 201 contacts in their database on either a 19 to connect or 36 touch plan.
And if you were here last week, Stacy States was talking about that graph. That if you at least minimum of 201 contacts on there, your commissions are a lot bigger, you know, because your database has the information in Command, so.
And we'll have another 201 Plus session next month, or this month, actually, February.
Beautiful.
So-
Awesome. Thank you, Carlos. All right, next up is Chris Rivera with.
Hello, everyone. First off, I'm glad to see so many people were there last night. That was great. There's a lot of people here in attendance that were there last night. It surprised me. So I'm glad you guys showed up and had a good time.
That bill was a lot bigger than you thought it was gonna be.
Yeah. It's all right.
Oh, use Chris to get some loans.
Exactly. So anyway, I wanted you guys to be brought up to speed with the markets. As anticipated, the feds did increase rates this morning, a quarter point on the short-term rates. We knew that. As I've been saying for the last couple of months, the feds were going to be doing this. They've done exactly what we thought they would be doing. And they're really curbing inflation. Now, it's not totally under control, but it's headed in the right direction, which is down, which is allowing rates to slide. And as I've been saying for the last few months, rates are going to be in the 5s. They actually are. Conforming rates are sub-6 now. If you've got the right LTV and FICO score form, jumbo prices in the mid-5s. So we are seeing sub-6 now. And I'm telling you right now, rates will be in the low 5s, probably by the third quarter of this year. There's going to be a report coming out, I think on May 10th. So another inflation numbers that are gonna come out there, they come out monthly, but that month in particular, it's gonna be a huge market mover. We're gonna see rates really suppressed down into the low 5s, which is gonna be great for you guys. So get on the phones, start talking to all those buyers that you've had on the hook for the last 2 or 3 years that couldn't get into escrow. Rates are gonna come down to them, allow their buying power to come back up, but they wanna beat demand because once rates get below 5, we're gonna see this market heat up again. We're gonna see all these buyers come out of the woodwork again, and it's gonna be a bidding war just like before. Maybe not as crazy, because that's not what I'm saying, but we're gonna see instead of 1 or 2 offers on a property right now, we're gonna see multiple 3, 4, 5, 6, and now all of a sudden you gotta compete with different contingencies and other terms that you gotta offer. So that's where rates are headed, which is great for you guys, right? So I also wanted to pitch 2 other things that we've got planned on. Later this month, February 25th, we're gonna do another hike. Has anyone gone to Point Vicente before? It's up there close to Terranea. Used to be the old Marine Land. Well, we're gonna do a little walk hike there. Go ahead and bring your family members, bring your dogs if you want to, your kids, whatever. It's a nice little stroll. It's about an hour and a half walk. And then we'll have catered lunch for you. It's on a Saturday. It's gonna start about 10:30. So RSVP, so we know how many sandwiches to bring. But it's a really fun event. So that's later this month on the 25th. And then we have another seminar planned for next month. It's going to be another down payment assistance seminar like we did last September. We're going to send out to you an editable flyer so you can put your information on it so you can get it to your sphere, whether it's on social media, if you guys want to go ahead and door knock, whatever it takes, it'll be your contact information. We're going to have it here on a Saturday, just like before. Who here was here at the last one back in September? Is anyone here? It was crazy. There was probably, I'm going to say 80, if not 100 people in this
Was it in September, that far?
I think it was September, maybe late August, but it was packed. There were people all the way back out to the sofas. It was crazy busy. Thanks, I think Fair actually helped everyone at the door for us and got everybody to sign in on the sign-in sheet. It was a great event. We're gonna do another one. When people come to something like that, they just feel like they're at a really, a legit seminar. They're getting good content. I'm gonna give them good information, but it's your clients. You can bring them here. I'm gonna teach them about the different down payment assistance programs that are out there. We've heard reports this year might be one of the biggest years on record in terms of percentage wise of first time home buyers buying. When you look at the pie of how many were investors, how many move up buyers, cash buyers, first time home buyers this year, they're anticipating will be one of the biggest numbers on record. Just because they're able to get their offers accepted, right? So you want to act soon rather than later, because once the market heats up, it's really hard to compete when you've got a first-time home buyer who's coming in with 3.5% or 5% down, or getting funds from the state for their down payment. So we're going to do it. It'll be March 11th. We will start sending out information to you guys so that you can go ahead and download the flyer. You can edit it with your contact information and get it out to your sphere. So those are the two events coming. And lastly, one of the biggest events that is coming up is next Sunday is Super Bowl. So we're gonna be doing the Super Bowl picks just like last year. Afterwards, go ahead and hit me up so you can get your squares. We're gonna do two squares. One will be $20 and one will be $5. All right. I think last year, Kevin Park, I don't even know how much he won, but he hit, I think, 3 of the 4 quarters on the $20 one.
That was me.
And Fernando won the other 4, yes. But I think it's 100 squares times 20, so it's $2,000. And I give all the money out. So it's gonna be something, if for $2,000, it'll be like, I would think like 4 and then 800, something like that. Each quarter, 400 and then 800 at the end. So he would have won $1,600 last year. So hit me up. You don't have to pay today. You can put your name on it. I won't check out paid until you give me the money. And if you don't pay me by the day before, then I'll give it to somebody else. Last year, I had people call me on the day of saying, do I have any squares left? Unfortunately, I was able to say no. But anyway, go ahead and hit me up afterwards to get your name on it. So that's it.
All right. Next up, we've got the best of 2. So we got Fernando Diaz with Homebridge coming in here and giving us some more information on lending from Fernando. What's up, my man? How are you?
Wow, it's gonna be full contact tag team.
It is.
Yes.
We are going to announce, first of all, a couple things. Chris is right, Fed raised a quarter. And the good news is we already got a price change for the better because they're sticking to what the analysts feel they're gonna do. So the quarter was already previously priced in. They think in March when he meets next, he's gonna go a quarter and then stop. If he hints to that in March to do that, like you said, rates will definitely drop into the lower 5s going into the second half of the year. So that's very positive. The other thing too that I will tell you guys is in January, pre-approvals and reapprovals for clients that were already, I would say discouraged over the last few years is through the roof. We did more pre-approvals or reapprovals in all of January than we did in November, December combined. And actually Bob, we were there last Saturday, he saw, you got a glimpse of, it's like a factory in my office on Saturday, it's been everybody, taking up space and figuring it out, and that's how, but that's a good feeling, right? Because everybody gets excited, like, man, everybody wants, to buy or get an opportunity, blah, blah, blah. Now, unfortunately, on the, I would say the bad side of it all is inventory is massively tight. And unfortunately, those words of wisdom that we were telling a lot of these people that were discouraged, saying, hey, look, the last quarter of last year, a lot of people got in under asking price. They got every concession in the house and every single repair that they wanted. And unfortunately, I hate to say it, that starting off the year right now, that is becoming very difficult. We're kind of going back to where it was. So relationships, guys, are very important. Just to let you know out there. So with your fellow realtors and stuff, because that is the difference. We've already put in 3 deals into escrow this week. 2 of them were listing agents that I know, and that's how those agents got them on the outside, because we got the intel and the bar said, okay, I'm gonna play ball and I'm gonna do it. We had another one last week over here with a Remax agent that didn't want to play ball. He didn't get it, but he had the opportunity. So that is what it is on that. And then you have the slide for the event?
Yeah, Matt.
Oh, there we go, guys.
Oh.
So
yeah.
this, we've been doing this now for, I don't know, I think 4 years in a row. The team building workout challenge. Of all the people that went last year who stuck to this gym, it's Rosie.
Yes.
All right. It takes a lot of courage to do the kind of workout that we do. And she goes at 6 AM where the ballers are.
Oh.
I go at 7:15 where the less ballers are. So I give her credit, because that's a rough crowd at 6. Those guys are, and she'll tell you, and those women too, they throw down. Yeah, so, I'm gonna do the same thing, and here's how it's gonna work. He has a special where if you guys enjoy the kind of workouts that we're gonna do, or that we're gonna do and participate, or it's gonna be a team building challenge. If you were there last year, you saw, we all got split into teams.
Who's this guy right here?
Yeah. Who's this guy? Here's the guy that needs to be in the gym, by the way. He's the guy here. He's the guy that did participate.
Yeah, he's got.
He was there he was like our photographer. But this year, he's gonna participate. He can get his commitment. Yeah, he was making sure your technique.
I was your coach.
But
There you go.
but he'll do, there's a deal. I sponsored everybody that wanted to participate. I think Rosie did it and a few others.
Yeah.
And it's $10 for 10 days. But you have to be there 5 days in a row and then 5 days in a row. You miss one day, you're out. And then if you miss it, here's my challenge to you. You're gonna pay me $20 if you miss it. 'Cause he'll tell me if you don't show up. Now, hey, if you can't make it on Thursday because your kid, okay, fine. You can go Saturday. Saturday it's open too in the morning, or all that stuff. So we're gonna do that, followed by a nice lunch. We do every year. We'll pick a spot there. There's a couple spots and new spots that have opened up too, so we'll go ahead and do that. And I think that's it. So unless you guys have any questions on the market, what's going on, or this. Cool. You got lots of things going on here, boys and girls.
Beautiful.
All right. That's it. Thank you, guys.
Awesome. Thank you, Fernando. All right, real quick, upcoming events. KW Maps coaching, there's a free training. This one is out already. I think this was yesterday or today. That was at 10 o'clock, but we have 10 tips to secure more listings with Wealthy, 5 principles of building an unshakable brand, and Wealth starts here. So these are classes that are free for you as part of KW Maps coaching. Next slide. Yes, via Zoom. Quick reminder, our KW Headshot day is Thursday, February 9th. That's from 12 to 2, $55, 10-minute session, 1 look, 1 outside location, 3 edits, and then you should have it within a week or sooner. Okay, Cheyenne is one of our agents, but she's also a professional photographer and does amazing work. So awesome. Next slide, please. How to analyze 2 to 4 unit deals with investors and clients. That's going to be Thursday, February 16 here at 12 p.m. And Jackie is one of our agents here with the Hue and Blue Real Estate Group. So please, love to see you as part of it. It'll be here in the training room. Next slide, please. Broker updates. Really no big broker updates. Just a quick, because I get a lot of calls of different questions. When a seller decides to cancel, okay, when a seller decides to cancel a listing, right, and you've done some work, right? What I mean by work is when you out of pocket, make sure that you put something in writing that seller knows and is aware if they decide to cancel the listing, okay, before your time period, that you get reimbursed. Because we're seeing more and more agents go out above and beyond, do additional work, okay, and the deal cancels on you, and now you're out of money. Okay, the whole purpose of doing the work is to ultimately retain, close the deal, and get paid a commission. That's where you get your return on your investment, right? Quick situation that happened, one of our agents picked up a listing, had a handyman go out there, did some power washing. He out of pocket said, I'll pay you $400, with the intent that he was prepping the house to get ready on the market. The handyman ultimately came late by 10 minutes. Seller decided, I'm canceling the listing just because of that. Yes. And now the agent is saying, well, you know what, if he wants to cancel because he's upset that the handyman came a little late, there's nothing I can do, okay? So he says, I will cancel the listing after he reimbursed me the $400 that came out of my pocket to pay the guy that did the work, right? And ultimately, he was holding the listing hostage, saying, in lieu of. So when he brought it to my attention, I said, well, let me see the contract and see what was written. There was nothing in there that says that, you know, the agent is entitled to a refund of any expenses, out-of-pocket expenses, right? Now, the cancellation of listing gives you a perspective on there that says, you know, we'll cancel in lieu of if there was any out-of-pocket cost. But what I'm trying to reinforce with all of you is make sure you put it in writing. Because the seller can say, well, I didn't agree to it. And if I don't have anything in writing, it's hard for me to really fight for you to get that money. Thank goodness I was able, Well, just say if at any time the seller, and no fault to the agent, decides to cancel any marketing expense or anything that the agent did on behalf of servicing the property, the agent is able to be reimbursed for costs. Something to that nature. I don't know. Like I said, it's
You have to put it in chat GPT and it'll create the version. Chat GPT will create the legal language for you. And it'll hold up in court too. Your honor.
Sign off on, or just a general.
Well, you want to be very specific, so that way there's no misunderstanding, and again, maybe in the beginning, you don't put it on the listing agreement, but down the line, when you're ready to put the property on the market, you do some additional, put something in writing, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, just as a disclaimer, because again, if I'm gonna go ahead and put out of pocket money to, get the property up and ready for market, that if you ever in the future decide to cancel before my time, now you cannot charge someone if they give you 6 months and it expired. But if they cancel prior to that 6 months, then you should be entitled to some reimbursement, is all I'm saying, because the whole purpose of you doing that is that you're getting the listing and you're gonna sell it and get your money in return. Make sense? Okay, so that's my 2-minute broker update. Any questions? All right, next slide, and I think that's pretty much it. All right, any listing pitches coming soon? Any needs and wants? Aaron.
I have a listing coming in Bellflower, 3 bedrooms, 3 baths, 1,700 square feet. It should be available in about 2 weeks.
Beautiful.
700.
700. Awesome. Nice. And Rose says, talk to her. All right, anyone else?
I've got a
Yes, sir.
3-2 townhouse in Harbor City. Gonna be coming up 1352 square feet, 6 1/4.
Awesome. Thank you. Anyone else? Going once? Yes. And 6 1/4.
House in Upland, in a park, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, this is for 669.9, it's 2,100 square foot.
Awesome. Beautiful. Awesome. Anyone else? Going once, going twice? No.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much. Appreciate you all. That concludes our team meeting. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Remember, there's a minute tour at 1:30, right, Brett? Minute tour.